Yo, I cannot believe it. It's actually happening. Wano Clover. Can you believe it? We have entered the land of the rising sun. These leaks have been really, really interesting. So far, I've seen the panels, but I haven't read any of the text leaks that Knight's been translating. So, I'm basically going to be reacting to that. And also giving my initial reaction to the panels itself. So let's get started. So the chapter starts off with Noct talking to the Black Bulls. He's telling them that Asta has died. He was mortally wounded and eliminated by spatial magic. Given the circumstances, it's reasonable to assume that he's dead. And of course, the Black Bulls aren't taking this lightly. In fact, they're going as far as to say that he's alive. They're saying no matter what you consider, I don't believe that he's dead. Not unless I see his dead body with my own eyes. Asta is for sure not dead. And can I appreciate for a second that Magna's here? I love that he's here. I know it's the entire Black Bulls, and we actually get to see Noct interact with all of them this time. But I love that my boy Magna's back. But enough of that real quick. So we move on to Asta. He's talking to, I cannot believe it, Morris. Okay, let me stop. He's talking to what appears to be some guy who looks like Yami, but he's not Yami. According to Knight, he is Yami's childhood friend. And then he asks, how are you feeling, Asta? And Asta's a bit confused. He's like, who are you, and how do you know my name? And in the next panel, I believe this is the one immediately after that, this person says, you've got a broken heart, and the person who broke your heart, and the man you respect, and set your sights on nearly killed you. It's not a pretty sight to behold. And Asta's like really confused. He's like, how do you know this? And he responds with, I only have to want to see it. And then in the next panel, we see him say, my eye also tells me, if you go back now, you will definitely not win. And of course, we get another really good close-up, which, by the way, Tabata's just been nailing it as of late. I already said that last week, but this is just still continuing. My man put those 3 months to good use. Anyways, next we have, this guy mentioning to Asta. He says, I have met that person, answering Asta's question. I have known Yami since childhood. Which completely shocks Asta. He's like, what? Captain Yami's childhood friend? And he says, that's right. However, I last saw him at age 13. He's the same old dog, isn't he? And Knight translated the last 2 panels, where the guy says, this is the land of the sun. I am Ryudao Ryuya, the general in this country. A very distant, faraway country from the Clover Kingdom. Since you've come all the way here, get your power up right here, right now. And this is actually pretty hype. I know there's been many theories, and I guess some of them pretty obvious, that Asta will improve his ki. You know, Yami said that he learned ki from his home country. And I'm going to assume Asta's going to learn a perfected version of it, which is going to really come in handy fighting against Lucius. He will likely also learn other abilities. Of course, the guy's carrying a sword, so he might even improve Asta's swordsmanship, which is really awesome. And I cannot wait to see that. This is essentially like, well, it is like Wano. It's like Wano, but in Black Clover, which is so crazy to me because I've said before that if we were to see Yami's homeland, it would be in the movie. And I know I've said that before, but it's crazy to me that we're actually seeing it in the final arc. So it's really, really cool to see. And as for Ryu, I'm just going to call him Ryu for now, until we get an official translation. I'm going to assume that Ryu has some sort of special ability that has him be able to determine what's going on outside of the land of the sun. Because he knew who Asta was, and he seems to have a good idea of how Yami's doing. So, I actually got a really good theory from Stellium Josh that he has the ability of prophecy and eyesight. So he mixes the two to see into the future, and he can view from a distance in the present time to see what's going around in a certain location. Which is very plausible, I could see that. He definitely has something that allows him to view outside of his country. Which makes sense, he needs to protect it. He says he's a general. I assume he's like a shogun? Because everyone is also saying that, I'm assuming he's like the shogun around there. So he's in control of everything, and he's likely going to show Asta around. And I'm going to assume this also is going to lead to the introduction of plenty of new characters. There's this one panel where we see this young girl, or lady, happen to open the door to show Asta the land that he's in currently. So Of course, I feel like we're gonna learn more about her and many other characters here. Oh, and apparently, according to Knight, I guess I forgot to mention this earlier, Libe is being treated somewhere else by someone else. So hopefully we get to see that soon. There's like a little panel with Libe. I wonder if that's like Asta wondering where he's at. But yeah, this is a really good chapter, and I'm so excited for them to actually explore Yami's homeland. I'm also really excited to see what the Black Bulls does from here on, because obviously they just said that they don't believe Asta's dead. So I'm guessing they're going to try to find out where he's at. They're probably going to use the Black Bull's hideout, have it transform, and search about outside of the kingdom, well, outside of the continent to find Asta. So I'm guessing that's what they're going to do. And then there's also Yuno. Yuno who's going to try to go after Lucius. I'm not sure how he's going to go about doing that. I'm not sure if he's going to do it on his own, which I don't think he should do. Or if he's going to work with some of the captains, maybe Vengeance, the remaining Golden Dawn. There's a lot with Yuno you could do. And there's also Lucius too. We don't know who the rest of his paladins are. And I've been meaning to make a video about that, and I will soon enough. But I am working on something really special. Hopefully I can have it up soon. But you guys will find out later on what that is. But yeah, really excited. Tabata's just been nailing it with the last few chapters, man. I've just been really excited for Black Clover. Like, I'm always excited for Black Clover, but even more so now. We're getting so much good stuff. And can I just say, the way he drew the Land of the Rising Sun, it's really beautiful. I know it's basically, obviously, it's supposed to be based on Japan. But just the way it's drawn here, Asta's expression to finding out where he's at, and Ryu telling him, it's just all so good. Like, I didn't even know this was a double spread until Diab uploaded it again, so it's really cool to see. But yeah, it looks like Asta now has another mentor in his hands. First it was Franzer, and I guess you can count Yami, and now it's Ryu. Well, I'm just gonna call for now, like I said, Ryu, because we don't know his official name. So, really excited to see what he learns, what he needs to do to fight against Lucius, and how things are just gonna continue overall, because there's a lot that can happen from here forward. But yeah, what do you guys think about the leaks? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'll do my best to respond to all of them. And feel free to let me know what you guys think Asta's going to learn, what he's going to improve on, and what do you guys think Yuno's going to do next, how he's going to approach Lucius. And of course, feel free to continue to let me know who you guys think the rest of the paladins are going to be, or who do you think they already are. So yeah, feel free to just tell me all of that info. I'll respond to as many as I can. And that'll do it for me for now. Great leaks. Here's looking forward to the officials. Peace out, everyone.